Good morning. Come on in. Glad you're here. We're waiting for everybody to fill up the seats around us. But I have been busy this morning. Yes, I have. I have been busy. I've been doing my research. And, everything's cyclical. Yes, I said the word without stuttering. Everything comes around again and again and again. And it's just kind of strange. So come on in. We're going to talk about some things. And we're going to, just kind of understand what's going on. What's going on? Now, as you all know, I have been a big proponent of taking your supplements. It's part of our morning routine, getting things done. And it's important that we have these routines in place. They will keep us healthy. They will keep us strong. I am rarely sick. You know that. Last April, I got sick with bronchitis. I hadn't been sick in 10 years. And I got sick with bronchitis. I had to miss my sister's wedding because of that. And it broke my heart, but I couldn't go. And I needed to stay home, so whatever I had was some sort of infection, a viral infection, and I needed to stay home. So it got me to thinking, we've had Ebola scares, we have had swine flu scares, we've had MERS scares, SARS scares, bird flu. I can think of them. And I did a search in my emails. Get this. I did a search in my emails for how many times I have sent out some kind of essay on the flu and what to do. And I'm getting ready to send out another one. But I looked at the stats in the last one I sent out. And yes, I love Jay and Dina's supplements too. They're amazing. I looked at these stats and I pulled them up. And they were from 10 years ago. And I read the essay. And they were within 50,000 people get the regular flu. Now, let me give you the whole thing here. So far this year, in the 2019, 20, and 2020 flu season, 310,000 people, I think that's correct, have gotten the flu. There have been 18,000 people that have passed away from the flu. Now, those who pass away, the majority of them have compromised immune systems. They're sick, they have cancer, they're going through chemotherapy, they're older, or they're younger. We have had 125 children to die. Babies under the age of 5, I think, is the way they put it. But this is all stuff on the CDC website, cdc.gov. It's there for everybody to see. 50% of our population in the United States, and it's divided up as to districts. And you can look at it per state. Well, my state of North Carolina has 54% of the population immunized against the flu. Liz is in Maryland. I didn't look at what her numbers were, but her children got influenza B. The flu shot usually contains influenza A and influenza B variants of that virus. The common cold is a virus. We all get colds. I don't get colds. I haven't had a cold and I don't know when. But if you have little kids in school, stuff goes around. You know, the stomach virus comes into your house. The germs are out there, folks. They're just waiting for you to mess up. They're just waiting for you to not wash your hands and touch your face. They're waiting for you to not clean your light switches, not clean your phone cases, not clean the things that we touch all the time, doorknobs. Leah's saying the vaccine this year is not covering B very well. But we, as common sense people, common sense is a rare commodity. A friend of mine growing up, his mom, that's what she used to tell me. Common sense is a rare commodity. And if we will use our common sense. Now, my sister-in-law is on her way to the Mediterranean on a ship right now. They have a family vacation planned with my brother-in-law's brother and their families. They're going to Spain on a ship. Did this panic that the news media is stirring up, did that stop them? I was so proud of them. Now, they have some precautions in place. They've taken alcohol wipes and stuff to keep their hands. They have some masks. Also, you can't even find masks right now because the panic has kicked in. So really, when you wear a mask, you're protecting other people from you. That's what a mask is for, to protect other people from you because you're contagious. So when you wear a mask, you are creating the panic more. So wrap a scarf around your face. If you want a little barrier between, don't touch your face. So here's the things I do every week. I have a vitamin D that I take. I have a vitamin D that I take once a week. It is a strong vitamin D, but if I took it every day, it would be 7,000 units of vitamin D3. This is my brand, Biotech. I've been taking this for almost 15 years. I've been taking this. It keeps my immune system strong. I have on reserves in my medicine cabinet something I've been using for 30 years. 30 years. It's Echinacea augustifolia, not purpurea, it's augustifolia. I keep this in my pantry. It's in my medicine cabinet. See, it hasn't been opened. It has a really strong shelf life. And when I start to feel a twinge of something, I have cured everything from snake bite. Yes, I had a friend who got bit by a copperhead. Yeah. Snake bite to abscess tooth with this stuff. Because I didn't take antibiotics at the time. I will take antibiotics now, but I don't take them often because they really play havoc with your immune system. They kill all the good stuff and they kill everything in your gut. This doesn't. This doesn't. I have a supply of elderberry. Elderberry capsules. There's elderberry tea. There's elderberry liquid. But I have a supply of this. Yep. This is in my medicine cabinet. But I also have my medical kit. I have my emergency medical kit that's stashed away in my closet that I can take with me when I travel. Now, I'm not traveling much except back and forth to Knoxville, and I go straight from my house. I rarely stop. And then I go straight to Ben's. Now, we have to go into hospital situations or clinics for his cancer treatment, and I always wash my hands. I have hand sanitizer in my car. I looked up online last night Guess what? How much elderberry? Somebody's asking, how much elderberry do I take? I have never had to take it. That's a good question. But the directions say I would follow the directions and look it up online to see how much. Suggested dosage: 1 capsule 2 to 3 times daily. That's what the suggested dose is. For echinacea, I have a system for that. I take 8 capsules a day. Yep. Start at 8 o'clock in the morning, I take 2. Then 2 hours later, I take 2 more. And then 2 hours later, I take 2 more. And then until I get 8 in. And I do that for 3 days. Only 3 days. This is Echinacea augustifolia is the genus on that. But I've been doing this for years. I have had abscess tooth that I've cured. I have had other minor infections, and it's really worked. But I don't take it every day. Elderberry is good for fighting off viruses. It's antiviral. And guess what? Our tea is good for fighting off things too, because it has 3 different types in it. Look at Dr. Lee in his book. Let me grab it right here. Eat to beat disease. Vegetables are really good. Green leafy vegetables. So, but here is my go-to. This is my go-to for fighting things when I get sick. Vitamin C. Vitamin C. It comes in a powder. And 1 little scoop of vitamin C, 1 little scoop of vitamin C is 1,000 units. I don't know if it's in milligrams or what, but it's 1,000 units. If I'm getting sick, guess what? I will do 10 of these a day, 10 scoops a day, 1 every hour. Because you need to stay hydrated, I put a scoop in a big water bottle full of water, 1 scoop, and you try to drink that every hour. Is that sodium? It's not sodium. It's ascorbic acid is what it is. It's ascorbic acid. Now, Liz, her family loves tea. So she makes tea and puts this in it, and it tastes lemony. It's a lemonade tea. It's like an Arnold Palmer. What did somebody say about my tea? I've never liked any tea, so I'm afraid to try. I've never liked any tea. Well, then don't try it. You're missing out. Don't try it. Can't help you on that. Ascorbic acid is vitamin C. But most people who have tried our tea really do love it. And I may start drinking a scoop of vitamin C in my tea in the afternoon. But as far as getting into a panic over the things that are happening in the world today, the flu is there. Now, the contagion level for this coronavirus, the coronavirus has been around. It's been noticed for 60 years, since the 50s, as old as I am. It's been around. And it likes wintertime when people are closed up. Yep, all flus. If you'll look at the charts, if you will look at the charts on the CDC, flus go like this. Wintertime they go up, summertime they go down. Wintertime they go up, summertime they go down. It's cyclical. I said it again. So in the wintertime, when we're inside, we're sharing stuff. I mean, don't drink after people. There was a father who had his daughter. They had been to Wuhan, China for a funeral, and his wife had to stay in China, and he and his daughter, who are American citizens, got to come home, U.S. citizens, and they're on TV, and he starts coughing, and he grabs the little girl's water and drinks it, and then she drinks after him, and I'm just dying. I am just dying that he's drinking after his daughter, and he's coughing and sneezing. So don't do that. If you're sick, stay home. Don't drink after your child. Justin was sick yesterday with a stomach bug. He quarantined himself in his bedroom. In his bedroom. People brought him tea. People dropped it at the door. He didn't want to infect anybody else because he was sick. He didn't want other people in the family to get it. Wash your hands. Maybe at the top of every hour, go wash your hands. You can even make your own hand sanitizer. Did you know that? I bet you didn't know that. Guess what? It's on the internet. There's YouTube videos on how to make your own hand sanitizer. Guess what it's got in it? Rubbing alcohol, aloe vera, witch hazel, and essential oils. Your favorite essential oil, like lavender or peppermint or whatever. It's alcohol. It pretty much works out to 1 part alcohol and two parts of aloe vera with a few drops of essential oil and a little bit of witch hazel. So folks, you don't have to wear rubber gloves. You can wear just workout gloves. There are workout gloves. Yep. And wipe down things. When I go to the grocery store, I wipe down the buggies. But I wear gloves too. Simple little gloves. And then you can wash them if you want to. But I don't go to the grocery store often. I utilize Amazon. I utilize Walmart. When I'm at Ben's, I utilize Walmart to go by and pick up. They bring them to the car and put them in the car for me. I really don't have to touch them. All I have to do is get them out of the car. So folks, don't be panicked over this coronavirus. Don't be panicked. Every year, more people die in this country than have died in China. And I have a friend who got coronavirus. And 2 weeks, 10 days to 2 weeks, just like a common cold, you're better. And there's something to be said for fasting. Something to be said for fasting. Feed a cold, starve a fever. I don't know which way to go. But when you reduce your food intakes, it gives your body more. This is common sense too. When you reduce your food intake, it gives your body more fighting power. Stay with clear liquids, and clear juices and soups. And when it comes to healing, there's nothing like our bone broth that Leanne and I make all the time. Our bone broth is wonderful for healing. You know what they say about just some chicken soup will get you better. Well, it will. Chicken soup will get you better. And we don't have to panic. We do not have to panic. When I go to a buffet, a Chinese buffet, it's one of my favorite things to eat. Ben doesn't like Chinese food, so I get to eat it when I come home. I take a clean napkin and use that to hold the spoons in all the things, because everybody's touching that spoon. And then when I get back to the table, I wad it up and put it to the corner so I don't use it to wipe my mouth with. And I get a new napkin. A new napkin. Eat with your fork. Don't eat with your hands. Eat with a fork. I open doors. I don't touch door handles anywhere. I like the automatic open doors, but I pull my shirt sleeve down over my hand and open a door. Or I put my hand in my pocket of my jacket and I open the door with my jacket. I'm a germphobe, and we are lucky, we are blessed to have a president that is a germphobe. And if you've never read any of his books, he's a germphobe. And he shut down our borders early and took a lot of heat for that. So folks, we don't have to panic. We just have to be prepared. We have to be prepared. And being prepared keeps us calm. It keeps us collected. Yeah. And when you go to the grocery store this weekend, if you hadn't gone already, buy some extra hamburger meat and put it in your crock pot with some water. There's a YouTube video that I've done. Put it in the crock pot with some water and do some pre-cooked hamburger meat. Now I've made my hair just all fluffy every which way. Yeah, every which way. You can pre-cook this hamburger meat, let it cool, put it in 2-cup bags, and you can use it in casseroles and all kinds of things. You got food in the freezer. I've got a supply of beans and rice and pasta. We could eat for months just with what's in our pantry. And that doesn't even count other food I've got stored. I've got a freezer full. So we're not going to starve. If we had to quarantine, I mean, I've been in the house for 2 weeks at one time, not leaving, because we got snowed in. So we're always prepared for no electricity, having to cook on an open fire, all kinds of things. But I'm prepared for emergencies. I got Ben some leather gloves for him to wear because the cold steering wheel hurt his hands. Dina has a car that warms up the steering wheel. This is a great thing. But the cold, so I got him some leather gloves, and they were too little for him, so they fit me. They fit me, so I can wear these little leather gloves. So folks, don't panic. There's no reason to panic. This coronavirus is, I think it may be a little stronger than the regular flu that's going around. But guess what? When you got the stuff in your pantry to take care of things, you're good. You're good. So y'all, have a great day. I love you all. I want you to be safe and not panicked. Turn the TV off. Don't listen to the news media. They're blowing this out of proportion because it's election year. It is an election year, and they haven't been able to do anything to hurt our president yet. It's an election year. Follow the money too. Because when you think about it, right now, we have antibiotics that are all made in China. All made in China. What happens if we really do get sick and need antibiotics? Now, antibiotics don't touch viruses. That's just flat out. Antibiotics don't touch viruses. But you heard it here first. We need to make antibiotics in this country. Yes, we do. Every country needs to make their own antibiotics. We need to make supplies for our hospitals in this country. Yes. And we may be gearing up some factories to make these things for us in this country. And most of my audience is the United States. I know we have about 15% that are around the world, but most of us, every country needs to be for themselves. Hey, we deal with China. A lot of our products come from China. Y'all know that. Our feather dusters come from Canada, though. But we've had to deal with the fact that once upon a time there was bird flu problem. And things would get quarantined. And we have a wildlife, our stuff gets inspected by a wildlife agent. We have a license to import feather dusters, even from Canada. So folks, we're not having a problem getting things from China. There was 2 weeks, starting January the 28th, I think. We have this every year. It's a Chinese New Year. And all of China shuts down. This virus hit right then. That's when it started. And that's when we shut down planes coming in from China. Yep. So it's good to have a germphobe for a president. So folks, don't be panicked. We got this. Have a thermometer. Take people's temperature if you need to in your own home. Don't go out if you're sick. And you protect others. Self-quarantine if you need to. Don't go out coughing in public. You wear a mask to protect you from other people, not the other way around. It doesn't work the other way around. I like that. This is the same story, different day. That's when I looked back in our emails. We've had these panics all along the way. And guess what? They happen during an election year. Yeah, they happened during an election year. The first one was in 2000. I go back 20 years. The first one was in 2000. Yep. So folks, use your common sense. Be calm and protected. And establish good habits. I love you all. I will talk to you at 3 o'clock this afternoon.